introduce my great group here. Netherlands will play Argentina, Croatia will play Brazil. That's on Friday. France will play England on Saturday. And then tomorrow we'll find out the other two teams. With me, reggae girl. Here she is, Sharona Forrester. I'm going to give away a little secret. Her name is really Claro. Anybody want to know why? That's her hall name at the University of the West Indies. All right, Coach Shavar is with me. I must give them a secret.
Go ahead.
So Shavar's name is Baby Giant. And the reason they call him Baby Giant, because when he played under 14 football at Excelsior, he was this size. Yep. Eric Rademacher's outstanding coach at Campen College for the first time in some 30-odd years, coming out of the zone and might still win a title this year, and also one of the coaches at Arnett Gardens. And the big man in the house. A big man because I'm coach at the highest level here in our country, Humble Lion, technical director, president of Boylston, coach at Calabar, and my brother, Andrew Price. We also have with us the outstanding coach, Miguel Coley, who not only won the Manning Cup, he won 5 times straight in Boise. He won 2013, 14, 15, 16, and 17. And he's with us all the way from Qatar, and he coaches over there. And they call him a junior analyst, but he was junior a long time ago. So I think he's now a senior analyst. Here's Liam Enriquez. Welcome to everyone. We would have been watching some football today. Let me start with you, Sharona. No surprises today?
No surprises today. I was a little disappointed with Croatia for bringing it so close to the wire. I thought Japan didn't. They did a good job in terms of, with the height difference and how they were in the Croatian skin. But I thought if Croatia exploited their height advantage, they took a lot of short corners instead of putting it over. I think Shavar's, love for Japan would have crumbled a lot earlier.
and the Croatian penalty, Shavar, they didn't look that good.
No, it was very poor. It looked like they weren't practicing.
Yeah.
But, for the game to go that long, tired legs, weary legs, and it just looked like those guys were tired.
I thought they couldn't get tired. I guess they could.
Well, I tell you something,
The Japan.
I was talking about Croatia, Andrew, because remember the last World Cup, Croatia played like 3 or 4 consecutive. Extra time, straight penalties against Denmark, then the penalties against Russia. Then they went to extra time in the semi-finals. So they go non-stop. No surprises to the two teams.
No, I'm going to be very honest. I was surprised that Croatia actually made it to extra time because I thought they would try and get the game out of the way because the Japanese are known to be the team that was going to run marathons, and they really wanted the game to go into extra time. So Croatia played well, but they really got a run from the Japanese.
Yep. So again on Friday at 10 o'clock, Croatia, Brazil. On Friday at 2 o'clock, Netherlands, Argentina. On Saturday at 2 o'clock, France, England. And at 10 o'clock, the winner of Morocco, Spain, Portugal, Switzerland will play each other. Maverick on the go. I'm new here, so I kind of don't want to go to the Maverick on the go, but I have to go still. Here he is. Oral, go on.
All right, okay. It's the Maverick on the go. Can I tell you, the Maverick, we're there on the corner of 5th Street and Collie Smith Drive in a trench town. Right now, I tell you, people, you can hear it, you can see it, you can see it. It's Brazil nation with it, a Sao Paulo with it. All Brazil nation, thousands and thousands of people line Collie Smith Drive. The march go down and the march come up. People have come down from Upper Jungle, people from over Rima, people from Rosetown, people from Tivoli, and one big unity in the community, all courtesy of Brazil emphatic victory. I tell you, the Maverick on the go. I told you we can never know. Look what we find now. We find a bike rider. Him a the Brazil bike rider. Yeah, you're my boss. All the people them don't love Brazil, so talk to me.
John Star, I know them love them people, them like, whoa. We them love them. We love them like cooked food. What we do? What Argentina? They feel like Brazil are going flopping.
Hold on, that's one of the thousands of Brazilian fans them right there. Look on the lady here. Look on the lady here. Me call her the Brazilian mama. Look how she dressed. from head to toe. Mommy, oh, you love Brazil, sir?
I love Brazil like curry chicken back. Just like curry chicken back. You ever eat curry chicken back yet? Get a curry chicken back. Yeah, some love Brazil.
All right, come here, my friend. This lady, I one of the most popular garden fan this. See her, and she in the place. She walk, come down the road, and come celebrate the Brazil victory. What you say?
To the world, Brazil to the world. Me love Brazil. Me love him more the food when me eat. Me love Brazil. Straight Brazil.
All right. What you say? Hold on. Make a talk to that man. That man on the radio, sir. What you say now? What you name now?
When me I go to school, I say come in here, man. Brazil.
All right, you don't have to say nothing. You don't have to say nothing more. People, before me leave, I want you just follow Brown. I just want you to show the people them some of the scenes we are going in the streets at College Smith Drive right now. Every taxi pass full of Brazilian fan. Like if you're not a Brazilian fan, you can't get no taxi to come down here. You understand me? Yeah, man, the place is crazy. This is Brazil capital. Look here, the Maverick have to move before them take me away down a Brazil nation. Brazil nation, it's the Maverick on the go!
Wonder if them can just keep him down there for a little while. So the gentleman said, when him go to school, him name Zico, but him not tell you what him name now. Eh? I don't understand that. Speaking of Zico, Brazilians did really, really well today, in case you've just joined 4-1 over South Korea. What were your thoughts on that, Eric?
Yeah, I mean, I think this World Cup, we haven't seen too many goals in the first half. A lot of teams kind of really get going second half, and especially now in this round where some of the underdogs like Japan, like Korea, still have some quality. It was somewhat of a surprise maybe that within, I think, 30 minutes, 35 minutes, it was 4-0 and game over. So I thought that was great for Brazil. I think Brazilian fans been kind of waiting. We see other teams look good, look sharp. Brazil kind of go to the background, and now in a game where it really matters, knockout phase, they give the fans, I think, exactly what they want. Spectacle, nice football, good play. So yeah, that was great. I mean, I guess they took off their foot off the pedal, of course, after they scored the goals, but I thought they really went back to the old Brazil. Confidence, slightly, I mean, Price been seeing a slightly arrogance towards that edge, but that is what Brazil is. We're so good, try to take it from us.
Andrew, I thought the three previous games we didn't see a full Brazil. We saw a half of a good game, and were they the Brazil that you wanted to see today? And were they tested today?
Yes, I think that, I don't know about being tested, but this was a real game for them. And this was an opportunity to send a message, the similar way that France sent a message yesterday to the rest of the world that they wouldn't be giving up their title. Well, Brazil has sent a message that they want the title. And they played like that team for the first 40 minutes today. I mean, they were really moving the ball around. They were enjoying the game. And I must give credit to the Brazilian medical staff, because I didn't expect that Neymar would have even started today. I didn't even expect him to see him until later in the tournament. But they did a wonderful job, because he played 80 minutes. And that was the biggest surprise for me during the game, to have him play 80 minutes.
Sharon, what did you thought of South Korea?
Well, I think they were just outclassed today. I don't think they played poorly, but they were definitely outclassed. The Brazilians said, we're here and this is what we are here to do. And I think they did the job phenomenally today.
How did you feel before the start of the game? Because we've had some, my word, strange results at this World Cup. That's my word. How did you feel before the game? Were you a little concerned that I see some things going on? And
No, I think the rest and knowing that Neymar was coming back would have been the turning point. And also, we're playing a tournament. You just need to get the job done. And they did that in the opening stages. So now we have to win. And to win it in 40 minutes, I can't complain.
Shavar, did you see anything from Brazil today that you hadn't seen before the tournament? Was today an eye-opener for you?
Not an eye-opener, because, I know what they have. They have the quality and they have the experience and, all around. But obviously today was man against boys. Clear domination by Brazil. They were moving the ball at will, probing, waiting for their opportunities and the spaces to open up. And like Andrew said yesterday, France made their statement. Now Brazil put their foot down. and the game was over really early.
Okay, as I told you, and you saw them, Liam and Miguel are with us also. Miguel, your thoughts on the game? What do you think?
Well, first of all, the stadium that the match was played is called 974. And these were the goals the South Koreans in the first half was asking the Brazilians to score. The Brazilian team had great interplay, tremendous interplay. You watch Neymar in the half space, creating overload on the left-hand side, giving Vinny a lot of space. You watch Brazilian today winning the ball after they lose it, and that caused a lot of problem for the South Korean. Because at this moment, when you win back the ball, when you lose it, you find that the South Korean was in this moment opening up, and the Brazilian capitalized on this many times. In the match before, the Brazilian midfield looked like you could put a gap store in there, and today, in the first half, there was no gap. And a tremendous performance from the Brazilian. I said a great interplay, great transition. And you watch the first half, 15 reception from Rafinha to Rafinha, and 14 to Vinny. And this is how Brazilian play: quickly getting the ball to the wide areas, and then players making runs and the whole samba movements and everything. So a fantastic performance from the Brazilian.
Yeah, Liam, I think most people thought, maybe even expected the Brazilians to win. Were you the South Korea coach? How would you approach this game against Brazil? What would you have told their players?
Well, first of all, I would have got in more defensively. As the game kicked off, I think South Korea had the first chance, and they looked like they actually wanted to go out there and play a ball. But we saw the Serbia-Switzerland game where they sat back, and especially in the Switzerland game, it frustrated them. They scored one goal, 83rd minute. It was a narrow victory. So I think South Korea really could have set up more defensively and kind of just accepted they're not as good as a team as Brazil and really just sat back. But they didn't. Fair play. They wanted to play football, but just defensively, they were shocked. They weren't good enough at all, and Brazil just exploited that.
Yeah, I'll stay with you, Liam. What about the Brazil performance? Same question I asked Coach Shavar. Did you see anything today that you hadn't seen before? Were you surprised the way they moved the ball, or no? You expected this?
No, I mean, we've seen the Samba Brazilian flair throughout the tournament, which has been great to see. But one thing I will say is that, they haven't scored a goal in the first half until now. They have won narrowly against Switzerland, lost to Cameroon, and they scored two pretty late goals against Serbia. So it's good for them to have coming out the block so fast and having a dominant victory. It's really good for them, as they haven't really had that in the tournament.
Yeah. What about the earlier game, Eric? What are your thoughts with it? You mentioned it just a bit, but what are your thoughts on it?
It was more competitive, of course, than the Brazil match, which I think is more fun. We've seen a lot in this World Cup, the competition, and it still matters towards the last whistle. So I think that was great to see. I thought we saw some good football. I think the goal that Croatia scored was an amazing header. Cross came in nice. I think we mentioned it earlier. What Japan really tried to do is stop them from getting into the aerial battles. But that header from Perisic was amazing with powerful accuracy in the corner. I mentioned Gvardiol and Lovren as unexpected centre-backs that really been doing well in this World Cup, and I thought today was another showing. I think Gvardiol maybe on the ball was not as great as he's been in previous matches, but they're a solid centre-back duo that I think really enjoys playing defense together with the two of them. All in all, I think Croatia will be very happy that they advanced, because there were definitely moments where Japan was giving it to them. And the Japanese will be proud of what they have shown and what they have reached, but they also be asking themselves, what if we taken a chance here and there and would have gotten that win?
Yep. And Miguel, those penalties didn't look so wonderful. Shavar said it didn't look like they practiced penalties. As a coach, how much time would you have spent on kicking penalties in a game like this?
You do. I don't know how much time really, but you do want to practice your penalty. But it all comes down to confidence, because sometimes you may have a penalty kicker who you practice, you want him, and when it comes to this moment, he probably back out. So it's all about confidence, and the Croatian team, they looked a bit more confident. But thanks to the goalkeeper, he made three wonderful saves. But the Japanese, I don't know, in moments like this, you just want to kick the ball. I think, they want to find placement, and sometimes it's very difficult, especially when you're tired. But sometimes you just want to try hit the ball as hard as possible in one area. But the Croatian, they have the mentality of the type of people. I think that paid dividends. Although the Japanese have strong mentality, but not as much experience as the Croatian.
Coach Andrew, what were your thoughts on that game?
I thought it was a good chess match, you know. I mean, both teams went at each other throughout the entire game. I believe that Croatia, after going behind, you know, as they have done throughout the entire tournament, came better in the second half and started to move the ball around. I must give credit to the coach to make that big decision to take off three of their top players with penalty kicks approaching in extra time. Taking off Luka Modric, Perisic, all those players who you'd expect to take penalties, but he has confidence in the rest of his lineup, and the substitutes came in and did a good job, and the goalkeeper had a wonderful penalty.
Yeah, there's a coach that I know that just cannot win a penalty shootout game to save him life. See him here?
I wonder what's his name.
Cannot win one to save his life. But again, in case you've just joined, a couple games on today, so we know a couple more teams into the next round here at the greatest show in history. Fantastic football right around. So the Netherlands up against Argentina, big game. France against England, big game. Croatia, Brazil, big game. And again, we will find out the other two after Morocco. They play against Spain and Portugal, Switzerland. I kind of feel everybody going to say Spain, Portugal. I think so. But we're going to go for a break. Soon come. Stay with us, please.
Final Whistle brought to you by Digicel, Grace, Pepsi, and Burger King.
Because it's the season of giving, enjoy enough pickings this Christmas with a chance to pick and win your share of over 16 million in cash and prizes. Plus, get 25% off a 7 or 28-day Prime Brota bundle in the My Digicel app today. Enter to pick and win with Digicel this Christmas.
Grace Foods got the taste that moves you. Yard and abroad, it moves you. Grace Foods, the taste that moves you. Feel the vibes and the time when the dear Grace Foods from the end. Yeah, the taste that moves you. From the spices move you. Everybody shout out Grace.
When the food sweet, we dance. When the vibe nice, we love. The taste that moves you. Grace bringing the food you love.
Grace has the taste that everyone loves. That's why when we move with Grace.
Fool! You just get what? What you hungry, man? You're the king of this. Like how what are the king of burger? You see when Burger King goes so boom and they make the beef patty well seasoned up and put it on the open flame, then them go so juicy pickles, tomatoes, freshly cut onions, crispy lettuce, classic. Every other burger still stuck at square one.
Babe!
3 juicy whopper right on time.
Taste rules your way at Burger King. The best tasting burgers under the sun.
Final Whistle brought to you by Digicel, Grace, Pepsi, and Burger King.
Welcome back to the Final Whistle, folks. Couple of games on today. They're finished. More football tomorrow. With me, Sharona, Eric, Andrew, Shavar, Miguel, and Liam. And they're all here talking about football, and more football. But just before I left, I kind of say, I think everyone will say Spain will meet Portugal, which would suggest that Spain will beat Morocco and Portugal will beat Switzerland. Well, apparently, them don't think so. Miguel, how you feel?
It's going to be a tough match. From the start of the World Cup, I've been taught in Morocco being a fantastic team, very good in transition. Like Brazil today, they use a lot of the wings, especially with DH. So it's going to be very, very difficult for the Spanish team. What is important, though, is like Brazil today when they saw Vinny and Rafinha playing a little bit compact. And I think Morocco needs to do that, especially when they use the ball in the defense after Brazil. But I am sorry, Morocco, the speed in which they're playing is going to be very difficult for the Spanish. And they're a team that can play with us for a long period of time. And that's going to be very, very good.
Did you say you're carrying Morocco to beat Spain?
Yes, I'm bringing.
All right. Liam, what do you feel?
Yeah, I expect there to be at least one upset in this round of 16, and I would agree, and I say Morocco to beat Spain and keep the African hopes alive.
Whoa. Eric kind of said, I'm not certain he was serious. When we were going for the break, he says, I'm carrying Morocco. Yeah? It's 2 for Morocco. What do you say?
If I had to bet, I would put Spain and Portugal. But I think Morocco is the one that has the most chance of causing an upset against one of the big teams when I look at it. I do think Switzerland is some team that could do something, but I think that gap is going to be bigger than the gap between Morocco and Spain. And I've been highlighting Amrabat from Morocco, defensive mid, and the way he plays with such a physical dominance. I mean, for Morocco, I hope that he is able to, with Gavi and Pedri, 2 small, young fellows, that he's really able to take their quickness and agility out to the game and stamp his physical presence in the midfield and make it tricky for Spain. I mean, Spain has been playing some great football, very patient on the ball, take care of the ball, very pretty. When they go forward and they break the lines with overlapping runs, it's great to see. But I think Morocco has some underdog quality and a position with Ziyech, Nasseri, Boufal up top that maybe they can cause an upset. And as Liam said, keep the Africans alive into the next round.
Not into the maybe thing. You say Morocco?
I say, well, let us go with Morocco. Since I picked them up so much,
I said all of that. I just asked you.
Yeah, exactly.
I know you're still in there.
True, I'm on the fence. I'll know
Morocco and Portugal. Morocco and Portugal.
For me, it's Spain. They have been really, really good this World Cup. Their offense has been fluid, moving the ball immaculately. And they have been very clinical in front of goals. They're not only getting goals from their strikers, people off the bench is giving them goals, midfielders giving them goals. So I'll go Spain.
You go Spain. Sherona?
No, I'm going with Spain. I like the kind of football they're playing. I know Morocco is not going to lay down. So we're not saying it's a blowout necessarily. It should be a good competition, but I do think with the depth and the skill and the quality that Spain is showing that they can definitely take it.
Morocco leading 3-2. Andrew, what you say?
I think Spain will win the game.
3-all. So me must break the time?
Yeah, I break,
I'll tell you at the end of the game, folks. What about Portugal, Switzerland? Liam, let me start with you. Portugal, Switzerland.
I'm off Portugal. It'll be a tough game. Switzerland have proven to be like a unit over the years. They don't back down. But I have Portugal just edging the game.
Tell me something about Portugal. What do you like about them? Apart from Cristiano Ronaldo, what do you like about Portugal?
Well, I kind of like that they're not relying on Cristiano Ronaldo. So far we've seen Bruno step up to the plate. We've seen Rafael Leao come off the bench and be nice. So I like the fact that, usually there's a lot of talk about Ronaldo and him carrying a team and stuff like that. But what I do specifically like about Portugal is, they're non-reliant on Ronaldo. And also, I like the way their fullbacks push up as well. The likes of Dalot and Cancelo up and down the wing is really nice to watch. And they can possibly cause a stir in this World Cup.
All right, so Liam says Portugal. Andrew?
Switzerland.
Why?
Switzerland was always my dark horse in the tournament, and they are proven by getting to the round of 16. And I believe that they have more to go. They have an organized team. Defensively, their unit is very strong. They have a good goalkeeper in Sommer. And in midfield, Xhaka and Frula are very organized. And you have a potent person like Mbole up front and Shaqiri. It won't be an easy ride in the park for Portugal. So I'm bringing Switzerland.
Claro.
Yeah, Switzerland. I think initially we thought, Switzerland is coming in, they're just going to defend. And, they're going to draw a penalty shootout. But we can see the development as the group stage went on. And they're like, okay, we're going to play a very direct style and have Mbolo hold it up. And that's just brilliant. And then Shaqiri comes in looking like a little young boy, and ready to give us goals and options. So I think I'm going with Switzerland. I want Switzerland to win.
All right, so Switzerland. 3.
For sure.
Liam said Portugal.
Portugal
for that 3-2. Miguel?
Yes, I'm carrying Portugal to win tomorrow. Definitely, Switzerland have some firepower. Surprisingly now with Mbolo, the front four Vargas, and what I love is the run by Sow who plays many times behind the striker. He made a lot of runs in the half space. But the Portuguese team have a very solid defense. And in midfield, they're one of the better teams at the World Cup. So with Ronaldo, if he starts tomorrow, I know he'll start tomorrow. With Ronaldo, and in their style of pulling the team inside and getting the wing backs up like Cancelo and getting Cancelo up, and it's going to be very difficult for the Swiss team. They have been very consistent, but I think they're due a bad game, and this is a moment.
Oh, 3-3 again, It's 3-3 again.
We have a tiebreaker.
You said Switzerland, Trevor?
Yeah, he said Switzerland 3-3 again. Landia, you break the tie. Landia don't even know where we are talking. All right, so which team is it? Oh, Landia said Portugal. There's the tie.
4-3 Portugal.
4-3 Portugal. What about Morocco or Spain? Morocco or Spain? Spain. All right. So
you don't know much about football.
All right, so we want to get our viewers involved. We haven't heard from anyone since I've been sitting right here. So please call us, 733-246-126, and have a chat with us. And if you want to have a question to one of the coaches or the former reggae girl, and well, she's so much. Every time I look at her, I want to say something different because she's a Rhodes Scholar. She's reggae girl. She was the manager. She played netball. She head girl at Glenmere. She's everything, actually. Absolutely everything. All right, so, well, again, we're looking at what happened today, and we looked ahead just a bit, and we can look further ahead. Netherlands, Argentina.
Wow.
Hold on, let me start with
Wow.
Let me start with the Ajax.
Wow.
The Ajax man here.
And the World Cup finally starts. Right?
Netherlands, Argentina.
Yeah.
Sir, pride of place goes to the man from the Netherlands.
I mean, 2018 we were not at the World Cup. 2014 we get penalties against Argentina. They knock us out. So we still have our last memory of going home was against the blue and white. So no, it's going to be a heavyweight match, and almost every matchup, as you say now, is heavyweight matchup. So it's interesting to see if any tactical change is going to happen because of the opponent. But I mean, as we said more often, Van Gaal is somebody who loves to hold on to what he knows has worked for him in the past. So we don't expect much changes tactically or even on the formation. But I'm looking at Netherlands and I see the wing-back starting to get into it.
Take off your emotional hat, and I'm being serious here.
Well,
put on your coaching hat.
I know they'd use you as a substitute host, but I've been very critical at Netherlands. And last match I was a lot more positive because the match kind of leaded to it. But there's a lot of points on the team that I'm worried about when you look at Argentina when they catch in their grooves.
Well, I'll tell you something. That first goal that you scored in the last match, to me, is one of the best team goals I've ever seen. I'm serious. I can't remember how many passes, but they kept it in their own box. About 4 or 5 passes. Went down the left side, come back right side, go back, and knocked the ball in a goal. Amazing. What do you think about the Netherlands, Argentina? So you're saying Netherlands.
Yeah.
and that's not emotion.
No, I mean, all right. Let me put so that there's no emotions. I think it's going to be a 1-1, and it's going to be an extra time that we win 2-1. So it's going to be a narrow win where Argentina might even be the side that is the better dominant.
So you have just said that the Netherlands will beat Argentina in extra time.
2-1.
The game.
While they sit back and absorb pressure for a good amount of time.
The game will be over in 90 minutes. Argentina for sure. Talking about extra time.
It's what USA is. He's the same thing when we played USA,
He's open.
Wow. I like it.
He's open.
I wish I never had to go for a break. I like it. I want to bring them a little closer here so they can
He's open.
You say Argentina and say Netherlands. Soji, where you say? Who you say? Well, so I asked Soji about Argentina up against Netherlands, and Soji said Brazil. Well, we're going to go for a break. We'll soon come back.
Final whistle brought to you by Digicel, Grace, Pepsi, and Burger King.
Fool! You just get what? What you hungry, man? Me are the king of this. Like how what are the king of burgers? You see when Burger King goes so boom and they make the beef patty well seasoned up and put it on the open flame, then them go so juicy pickles, tomatoes, freshly cut onions, crispy lettuce, classic. Every other burger still stuck at square one.
Babe!
3 juicy whopper right on time.
Taste rules your way at Burger King, the best tasting burgers under the sun.
Grace Foods got the taste that moves you. Yard and abroad, it moves you. Grace Foods, the taste that moves you. Fuel the vibes and the time when the day Grace Foods on the end. Yeah, the taste that moves you. From the spices move you. Everybody shout out Grace.
When the food sweet, we dance. When the vibe nice, we love. The taste that moves you. Grace bringing the food you love.
Grace has a taste that everyone loves. That's why when we move with Grace.
Make money now with local City and Guilds and ABE endorsed certificates and Distinction College. Start new online and face-to-face classes very soon in our Make Money Now career courses and get qualified jobs worldwide or start your own business in practical pediatric, geriatric, and psychiatric nursing, phlebotomy and pharmacy technician, early childhood education, childcare, cashiering, call center, event planning, receptionist, customer service, housekeeping, waitering, food preparation, bartending, cake baking, plumbing, motor vehicle, electrical installation, air conditioning, makeup, hairdressing, nail technician, and cosmetology. No subjects required, no age limit. Register this week and get City and Guilds Maths and English classes for free. Call us at 3564167.
Because it's the season of giving, enjoy enough pickings this Christmas with a chance to pick and win your share of over 16 million in cash and prizes. Plus, get 25% off a 7 or 28-day Prime Brota bundle in the My Digicel app today. Enter to pick and win with Digicel this Christmas.
Final whistle brought to you by Digicel, Grace, Pepsi, and Burger King.
Welcome back to the final whistle. In case you've just joined us, folks, Croatia are getting the better of Japan on penalties, and Brazil winning 4-1 over South Korea, which would suggest that South Korea and Japan, they're out of the World Cup. The Netherlands will play Argentina on Friday, so too Croatia against Brazil, that's on Friday. France will play England on Saturday, and the winner of the Morocco, Spain, Portugal, Switzerland will be the other two teams left. So we're down to 8 after that. We're looking back at those games. Well, we're looking ahead of the tomorrow's game. We already said, I think everyone said who they think might win the game or might not win the game. The coaches are here, Liam, and the great, outstanding coach Miguel is on Zoom. Well, they are on Zoom, and you could see them right there. Miguel, you mentioned the Morocco-Spain. Look at the Portugal-Switzerland game for me. I'm going to give Liam the Portugal team, and I'm giving you the Switzerland team to coach for tomorrow's game. So let me start with you, Miguel. You're the Switzerland coach. What do you tell your team?
Well, what do I tell my team? It's the World Cup, definitely, and this is a very, very important game. Against the Portuguese, I would want to be switching the ball as quickly as possible, getting the 1v1, especially in the wide areas. Cancelo is not having a great World Cup. He's playing well, but not having a great World Cup. He's right-footed. You want to Vargas 1v1 with him, and so he does well. He's running into the assist zone, into the half space. So you want a lot of 1v1, then releasing the pass in the half space. You saw today with the Brazilian when the South Koreans started putting that ball between, and the strikers start making that run, or the midfielders start making run in the half space. It's going to be very, very dangerous. With Pepe being back, he's definitely old. You want to put pressure on their defense and pull the ball back at the penalty spot. And when we don't have the ball, we want to come back a little bit, not too much, but in the mid block, force them, dictate how we want them to play, which is in the wide area. And from that, that's the trigger point. We want to press in the wide areas, trying to create 4 versus 2, 4 versus 1, or isolate the Bruno and Pedro, Joe in the wide areas, and try to win the ball and try as much as possible to be vertical.
And how do you stop that, Coach Liam?
Well, starting off with Portugal, Portugal are a better team. Coach needs to remind them that they are the better team on paper. This is their game to win. But Coach Miguel did mention Cancelo and Dalo on the wing, and I think they could definitely use that to their advantage. Ronaldo obviously is a huge target in the middle, so not only with Bruno out wide swinging in the ball, you could have Dalo and Cancelo pushing up and really attacking that Switzerland defense and just getting it into the likes of whether it's Ronaldo, Felix, Leao, three great strikers, whoever is playing, and just get the ball into them and let them do the work. Ronaldo hasn't gotten the ball as much as people would like to see, so they can focus definitely on that and just this is a game they should win, and they want to do it for Ronaldo, for his last World Cup, and just go out there and do the job.
Coach Andrew, what do you think? Ronaldo, I think he's the only person to score in 5 World Cups right now. Not having the greatest season in life, Cristiano Ronaldo, even though he does still look like he's better than most people in life. What do you think? How much importance, well, maybe that's not the word, but how important will he be for Portugal to do well in this game?
Well, just his presence alone, just being on the field, he's going to attract the attention of the Swiss defensive unit. At his age, Ronaldo doesn't have to impact the game continuously. He's going to have moments, and there are moments where he'll just show up and do his magic. And it's up to the Swiss defensive unit to keep him quiet for the entire game. But, the 1 minute or the 1 second that you leave him free, he can punish you. And he has that still in him. And, he still has the energy. What I like, though, is that the Portugal team isn't relying solely on him. They have other players, people like Bruno, João Felix, great players. Bernardo Silva, great players. So, they don't depend on him. But if he needs to come to the party, he can come to the party and deliver. And his presence on the field will draw attention. And once he draws the attention, that leaves other people available and able to get goals for Portugal. So his presence is definitely a must.
Yep, I was going to ask that question, Sharona. Andrew kind of said it already, but how important will he personally be if Portugal, they want to win this game? And some people think, I remember someone said when Neymar is not playing for Brazil, they actually share the ball some more and they actually look, I wouldn't say a better team, but everyone gets involved. What about Portugal? How much do they need Cristiano Ronaldo to do well?
Well, I don't think right now, because of how the supporting cast is doing, he's not an X factor, but he is one of the greats. So him being there, it's, as coach said, the moments, because we saw it with Messi, where they're 0-0, game about to finish, out of nowhere he turns nothing into a goal. And that's how it goes with these top players. And that's the difference that they bring when you have those big stars on your team. And it can lift a team. And they can say, okay, we're playing for him. This is his last World Cup. So he can be a source of inspiration.
Shavar, can they win if he doesn't play well?
Yes, they can win if he doesn't play well, yeah. But Switzerland have way more to offer in terms of how they have been setting up defensively, yeah, and tactically they have been carrying out their game plan to a T, and I think that will cause some trouble for Portugal.
Yeah. Eric, how do you approach Ronaldo? As the coach, you said, all right, stay with him, or you say, whichever area he comes, let's stay close to him. How do you approach it?
But I think once it comes to that final third, well, they have to make sure you're close on him, because
man to man.
Yeah, especially when it reaches in the box, have extra attention to make sure when the balls go out wide. Ronaldo is great at making runs. Even at this age, he's very smart in positioning him at the right time, making runs in behind the back. And you just have, as a centre-back duo, when it reaches to that part of the game, you have to be really sharp and on him, because as Bryce was saying, even though the age goes and it might get slower, might less involved in the game, in that area in front of the box, I mean, you look at the statistics, it doesn't come on,
Liam, if you agree with all that he's a little older, he's a little slower, if you agree with all that, how do you play him?
Well, I know you wanted to mention about Ronaldo not playing well. I just want to add to that. I think Ronaldo has not played great at all in this World Cup so far, and Portugal have done, well, minus that South Korea game. But no, I think Ronaldo needs to play in that striker role. You know, obviously when he was younger, he played in that winger role, and when he was younger, when he had the legs, but now he doesn't. So it's kind of up for his supporting cast to just get the ball to him. And obviously he hasn't had the season leading up to the World Cup that he would want it for preparation. So he doesn't have the legs. So I think his supporting cast kind of needs to step up if they want him in the game and just get him the ball in good positions, and then it's up to him.
You agree with that, Miguel? He doesn't have the legs. He's a little slow. You agree with that?
But it's not slow. It's not slow. It's high speed. Sprinting is 32. One of the highest in the World Cup.
I'm not hearing you very well, Miguel. I don't know if something went on, but
Can you hear me now?
I'm not hearing you very well.
Can you? No. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I'm hearing you a lot better now.
Okay. Now I was saying it's not so slow. I mean, over maybe 30 meters, yes, but the 10 meters, when you look at his high speed sprint, it's 32 point something kilometer. So it's very quick. And that's the most important thing you need as a striker, to be very quick. I'm not necessarily for a winger, you want a little speed and endurance. It doesn't matter anymore. But in the box, you want to be very sharp, the 5 meters, the 10 meters. It has that. But importantly for Ronaldo, he needs to, have time when he can go out to the wing and play. Just to lose focus of him, and then he can make his run. But if he's gonna just stay in the number 9 position, then it's gonna be not easy, but more easy for the opponent. So it's just a wide half space play, try to play me, try to make overload. That's what we try to get back to the number.
Yeah. Eric and Andrew, I'll ask you to respond to this one, because I see some coaches, Eric, I'll start with you. Some coaches, like almost every game, they change the way they play. So they're playing against Brazil, have 3 at the back, and they go against Argentina, 4 at the back, and it's 5 at the back. That's what should happen, or you play your game and say, well, the other team have to stop. I know you have to kind of tweak it. You don't want to come with the same exact thing every single game, but do you change up completely because you're playing against a Lionel Messi, you're playing against a Cristiano Ronaldo? Do you change up everything?
I mean, even looking at Netherlands, Argentina, you go up against Messi, you do tweak certain roles of players that go in to see those persons. So just how we talk with Ronaldo, you're going to have Akanji, now maybe stay closer with him. Then they will maybe do more zonal marking against maybe other strike who's more like a false 9 that runs out, hand over to the midfield. And you might change small little things, but when it comes to really a tactical change, or sometimes we see they go from 4-man backline to 3-man backline, it's something that I think I would do when it gives you an advantage, instead of really trying to prevent the danger from the other team. When I try to nullify a player or a certain tactic, it would probably come more down to individual roles. And then now changing the whole tactic. But you see it, a team should be able to know how to play different formations, depending on the opponent, and sometimes it does require to change formation, but it's not ideal, I think.
Does that hurt your team, though, Andrew, if every time you go up against somebody who says, all right, last match we played 4, boy, we'll go up Shavar, no, we have to go 3. Does that hurt your team, or you have to do that to suit who you're playing against?
Not really. I think that you have to respect your opponents and look at where they have their strengths and where you have your weaknesses, and basically adjust to that. Yes, you might want to continue playing your system, but when you're playing against a team, you need to know where their strengths and weaknesses, and so that you can counteract it. So it's very important that you scout out your team, know who you're playing and what you have to do differently. You'll try and still keep your same system, but sometimes it will be necessary to... It's Messi. If Messi gets the ball, then we have to double team him. We can't give him space. We see what Messi can do when he gets space. Teams do it well, but they don't do it consistently well. And that is why sometimes Messi gets open and scores goals.
Yeah. Shabar, this may have happened. Yeah.
Brazil, I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're talking about teams changing to suit teams. But I haven't, ever since, even before I was a coach, I haven't seen Brazil or Argentina change for anybody. I see Alex Telles came out and they put Marquinhos to play left back. They still keep their back four.
That's my question I'm asking you. I was going to tweak my question to say you both play that central defense. Mm-hmm. And I'm certain every now and again the coach would say, Shavar, take the Monday, don't leave the Monday for the. Would you?
You get an assignment.
Right. Would you want that the coach come and says you have Ronaldo this match, anyway go? Would you want that, or that don't happen in the football?
That of course it does, but that would just be an addition to what I have to do, my job description. It's just an addition to my job description. That doesn't mean that I follow Ronaldo if he goes everywhere he goes. I'm a centre back. I'm playing there. When he's around in and around the box, I'm gonna take him.
Right.
If he's far away from the goal, then it makes no sense I go out and leave that space for people to exploit.
I kind of feel that statement you made earlier, you would be suggesting that you're not changing your way you play to suit anybody.
No, if I have a team, I train 2 systems and I
That's
play.
it.
And
No matter who you come against.
No, because I should have confidence in what we do and confidence in my players. So then why would I change?
I think it's come down what Price was saying. It's not necessarily the opponent. It's my team and my quality. And I think national teams where Shavar, say Brazil, Argentina, they actually select players based on the system they play. I think with clubs you might see it a little bit more where you might have a youth player that come up or they get a player that the owner buys and they work out very well. They might switch it because, I end up now with 2 players that are great or 3 centre-backs that all 3 are great. So I might switch to a 3-man backline, but that's more based on my strengths versus the opponent.
Just before Sharona, I want to ask Miguel the same question. Miguel, would you change up everything to suit 1 player, 2 player system? Would you change up everything?
No, at all levels, it's very difficult to change and everything and have the same positiveness. So you have to be very, very careful. However, many teams are changing sometimes system, but most of all the roles in which they play. You look, for example, Brazil, they don't play a back five, but sometimes they defend a back five. So you find Rafinha, who many times when they're defending, especially in the roadblock, he goes beside me, Canelo, whoever is Milito, he's in the same line as them, so they defend the back five. Argentina in the last game, they changed. Martinez came in, they went to 3-5-2. The things are changing this. Sometimes during the game, sometimes before the game, but you still going to have the players that can do so. You probably have stuff that you have seen that they can play a back. But it's very important to have a consistent formation. But sometimes when you're the weaker team, sometimes you have to, maybe adapt to the team. So sometimes you can play, and sometimes you have to play look at an opponent first. You'll find the Japanese, you'll find the South Korea. Many times they different from the last game that the South Korea played. They try to counter play, in which they adapt to the next team and try to help.
Yeah, if Sharona playing for the Reggae Girls, I suspect you would have played against different teams. Have you been asked to do different things against different people?
Yes, different things. I would definitely be the one doing the marking, and Alicia, my captain, would be behind me. But for the most part, I was a centre half, so we are in the middle of the park. So there's no much movement after that.
How easy would that be for you, though? You're playing centre half, and as Shavar said, Brazil put a centre half at left back with the coach come and say, boy, Sharona, I'm a very speedy winger, I need you to go out there. Would that be easy for you to adapt to?
Yeah, based on how I was trained. So I was trained in every sport to play every position. So the only position I haven't played in football would be goalkeeper. But if I had to, I would go put up the gloves.
So awful. I mean, not goalkeeper. Why? I mean, you've gone 10 of them. Why not the goalkeeper? That's ridiculous. So, Coach, you would kind of tweak it a little bit, but for the most part,
you have to
they know what they're doing.
Of course, and you have to be comfortable with the system, and you have to have your players buy into the system that you have. I mean, of course, if there's a player who's an X factor, you give him extra attention. It's only sensible to do that. If there's a Messi on the field, you're not going to let him wander all over the place. You're going to get close to him and sometimes double team him if necessary.
But you're not going to let him wander. But are you going to say, Eric, this is your gentleman? Are you going to say, if on the right side, Shavar, pick him up, him come in the middle, we get somebody get close to him? Are you going to have somebody?
No, I believe that you have quality enough players on the field. People can get to Messi quickly and shut him down. But I wouldn't isolate one player with another player.
Okay.
The game has evolved.
All right. So again, folks, Netherlands up against Argentina, France up against England, Croatia, Brazil, Some people say Spain against Portugal, some say Morocco against Portugal, some say Spain against Switzerland, but we have to wait and find that out tomorrow. I'm going to take one more break before we finish off. Stay with us, please. Soon come.
Final Whistle brought to you by Digicel, Grace, Pepsi, and Burger King.
Because it's the season of giving, enjoy enough pickings this Christmas with a chance to pick and win your share of over 16 million in cash and prizes. Plus, get 25% off a 7 or 28-day Prime Broader bundle in the My Digicel app today. Enter to pick and win with Digicel this Christmas.
Grace Foods got the taste that moves you. Yard and abroad, it moves you. Grace Foods, the taste that moves you. Fuel the vibes and the time when the day Grace Foods from the end. Yeah, taste that moves you. From the spices move you. Everybody shout out Grace.
When the food sweet, we dance. When the vibe nice, we love. The taste that moves you. Grace bringing the food you love.
Grace has the taste that everyone loves. That's why when we move with Grace.
Final Whistle brought to you by Digicel, Grace, Pepsi, and Burger King.
Welcome back to the Final Whistle, and we soon have the final whistle because we soon finish. But again, I'm repeating myself here, folks, but just in case you've just joined us, say, well, go on to the World Cup today. Well, Brazil won and Croatia won, and they will meet each other on Friday. Eric, you were suggesting that you're not going to put somebody close to a big footballer. Well, you're not going to man-mark him right across the whole field, but you're going to get somebody very close.
I mean, just to put an example too with Messi, I think Messi is a great player that gives coach those questions, how we're going to deal with him. And I think during the World Cup we saw, I think it was the third match, I think it was the Mexico match. You give Messi a little space, because the team just focus on, 11v11, the ball goes there, we take account of this, we look at this one, but it's Messi there. So the ball reaching to the middle. Messi has maybe a little bit too much space, but a regular player might need more time for you to close him down. And he doesn't, so he scores. And when I look at how you're going to deal with Messi now, you're going to have to find where's the space on the field that he's dangerous. And when this particular player now reaches in that space, we're going to deal with him different than if it's a different one.
Yeah, me kind of troublesome. Who's the best player you've seen at the World Cup thus far? You can't play for the net.
Who had the best performance at the World Cup?
Yeah.
I have to choose between Mbappe or Bellingham. That's where I will go with.
Mbappe.
Definitely Mbappe.
Mbappe.
Mm-hmm. Run fast like lightning.
Wow.
Not only fast.
And him can kick.
For a football.
Kick like a mule.
But he also knows it. Because he's like, you can't take me, so
he has
push it down the
track
line.
speed. Best defender.
This World Cup, I go. I've seen some good defenders. As mentioned, Guardiola good, but I think Nathan Ake has been a rock for Netherlands.
I like Akanji.
Ake has been good. And the mask man, but I think Guardiola.
The mask
Croatia.
man. I like that. Who's the best player? The mask man. What do they call him? Zorro or however I pronounce it.
The best defender for me has been Thiago Silva. He hasn't put a foot wrong.
Thiago Silva. I was a little surprised. I think he's an outstanding footballer. But I must say I was a little surprised to see both Dani Alves and Thiago Silva in the same squad for Brazil, two elder statesmen. But Thiago Silva make the football look so easy. I mean, you just wonder though, if they come under a whole lot of pressure, how we would handle it, Shavar.
No, he's experienced enough. It has been shown in the Premiership this season. He has been logging most of the minutes. So I don't think he's coming up against top strikers week in, week out.
Yeah.
big competition in the Champions League as well. So
I think it's also part of his quality that he makes sure that in front of him it's organized properly, and it's also part where Casemiro is a great player, but if you have that partnership with a leader behind you that makes sure you're in the right place, you don't even get into the battles.
He's sort of like me when I play that.
Liam, best attacker, best defender.
I'd probably have to give it to Mbappe, but shout out to Richarlison. He's also surprised me in this World Cup. But Mbappe, in terms of defender, I do like Vardiel. So I'd pick him, but I want to also give a shout out to Lisandro Martinez, who hasn't got as much game time as I thought he should, and should definitely start a game for Argentina. But Vardiel is my best defender so far.
Yeah, Miguel, you know I'm coming to you, right?
Come on.
Best attacker, best defender.
But the best defender so far is Eric, and you said defending the Netherlands.
I like that.
Seriously, the best defender for me is Silva. He has been amazing.
Yes.
And the best attacker is Mbappe. I saw him in one game, and I was telling the panel he's unplayable. Is basically unplayable. He has some person call him the young Pele. Yeah, he's been amazing. You said very fast, have good coverage at the ball, good, 1v1. He can shoot. He has the runs that Ronaldo has, the surprise run, back post and in front. So he has been doing very, very well. Yep. But Eric, best defender.
I appreciate it. Defender, best attacker for you, Mbappe?
Mbappe, yeah.
Does Mbappe, let's use Mbappe. We have just about a minute. Quick answer from everyone. Mbappe, Messi, Neymar. Who has the best supporting cast?
Mbappe.
Neymar.
Brazil? Brazil is a better supporting cast? Eric? Can I show a look at ball at you?
Mbappe.
Mbappe had a better.
I think France just maybe over Brazil, but those two.
Mbappe.
Mbappe? Nobody go with Argentina. Argentina don't have a great supporting cast.
No, they have a great. Let us not be.
Miguel, quickly, who have the best
They have a
supporting
great supporting cast.
Of course.
Neymar, definitely.
Liam?
Yes.
I'd say Neymar.
All right, there you go. Thanks, guys. Thanks to everyone, and thanks to the viewers. We can't do this without you. Every day that there is football at the international level, this great tournament, then we will be here at 4 o'clock. Final day, we go 9, and then we go at 4. Sharona Forrester, Eric Rademacher, Andrew Price, Shavar Thomas, Miguel Coley, and Liam Henriquez, all with us. Y'all stay safe and join us tomorrow. Blessings.
Because it's the season of giving, enjoy enough pickings this Christmas with a chance to pick and win your share of over 16 million in cash and prizes. Plus, get 25% off a 7 or 28-day Prime Brota bundle in the My Digicel app today. Enter to pick and win with Digicel this Christmas.
Final Whistle is brought to you by
Get 25% off a 7 or